I am loaded up. I've got the boat hooked up. Check out the bed of this truck. Got a pretty good amount of stuff in here. We got a grill, propane tank, some wood, got chairs, bins with groceries, linens, all that. I've got the boat loaded up with fresh tackle and the rooftop tent is on. This is pretty cool. It was actually really easy loading everything up. Having it organized, it just makes it that much better. And then I'll let you guys check out my little refrigerator setup. It's got all the cold items we need. Half gallon of almond milk. It's not mine, it's for Sierra, man, you know. 12 pack of beer, steaks, sausage, breakfast sausage, 12 eggs. I mean, it's just loaded up. So because we are staying with 2 people for a couple of days, I have my Iceco 50 quart fridge in here. It's, you know, almost double the volume of the 35. Also is a freezer refrigerator, so you can set the temperature on it. It stays good. And then down here, this is how I have it running. So I've got my Jackery Explorer 500 with the charging port into my truck. So when I'm running, it's gonna charge the main battery, and then my fridge is pulling from the battery. So once we get to our destination, the battery bank's gonna be fully charged and it'll be able to run the fridge for the next 3 days while we're there. Really, really neat piece of kit. And it's just, you can use it for anything. Lighting, charging laptops, camera gear, because you guys know I have camera gear to charge while I'm out doing this stuff. So I'm excited. I think we are officially packed and we're about to head out. Where we at, Brown? Well, we have just arrived to Sam Rayburn at our spot. Perfect weather, 70 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, sunny, warm, and just still. There's barely any wind. So I'm currently at the boat ramp. We're gonna go ahead and drop the boat in because once we deploy the tent, I'm not gonna wanna have to stow it and then launch the boat, then just do all that. So we can actually leave the boat up on the bank, and I'm really excited about that. So we're gonna launch it now. I'm gonna drive it around to the camping site, and Sierra's gonna take the truck back to the spot. Unwillingly, but it'll be fun. And we're just gonna set up camp, and I'll take you guys along with us on our journey to set up camp. Well, we have successfully launched the boat. Look at this beautifulness. Ooh, it's a little glassy out there. So stoked that I can bring you guys along for this adventure, and honestly, just to have it recorded and save it to look back on and just remember. That's one of my other favorite things about YouTube, is that I can do that. Oh man. Oh, I already want to start fishing. I don't even want to set up camp. Oh my gosh. Woo. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go, fellers. Here we go. Let's do a little takeoff. There you go, let's go. Woo! Yes! Where's our camp? I don't even know. Well, I'm on ground. I got the tent set up. The sun was setting so fast as soon as I got the boat back over here. I just wanted to make sure I tied it up good so it wasn't going to float away overnight, because that would suck. And I got a nice little fire going. We got the wifey all cozied up in her blanket. We got some nice LEDs going on. Once it gets a little dark, you'll be able to see it better. Check out that view from the tent, lakefront. Woo. So the whole point of this is for us to have a nice, relaxing, not rushed. The boat's there for just funsies. But I am gonna, you know, I'd like to go dangle for some crappie.
So I grew up with 3 older sisters.
Yeah.
So not so much a camping family. First time I ever went camping was with your family in a real tent. And it was an experience.
The temp is dropping. I can feel it for sure. I mean, probably. It's already probably dropped like 5 degrees. But yeah, that'll be good though. Well, top of the morning to you. It's next day. Sun went down really fast, and so, you know, I just really got on making some dinner, getting the fire going and all that. I was just focused on keeping the wife happy, because you know what they say? Happy wife, happy life. I think that's what it is. I don't know. So I'm trying my best. But, you know, weathermen always lie, and it got a lot colder than they said it was going to get. Woke up this morning around 6, and it was 35 degrees. No ice anywhere, but it was pretty darn cold. So she's still tucked up in the tent, but man, oh man, it was warm, and she admits that it was, because it would be miserable if you weren't warm, but it definitely was. The dog and I are awake, and I made some coffee already. And so while she's sitting in the tent, staying warm, reading a book, waiting until the day warms up, which I don't blame her, I think the dog and I are going to hop on the boat. Once it warms up, come back up here, make some breakfast, and then probably send it to do a real bass mission. All right, not a bad way to have camp set up right here, and you just walk right down to your boat. I mean, look how gorgeous this is. Look at that, the dog is ready. I told him we were going for a boat ride, and he's stoked. All right, so we're just kind of floating along right now, just kicked off the bank. Man, just gorgeous, absolutely just gorgeous. It's in about 5 foot of water. Since it's still pretty early, I'm thinking about making it up into some really shallow lay down areas. Toss a little buzzbait, toss a little worm, just seeing kind of what happens. I've never fished a big lake before. All right, well, my woman's up and awake.
Good morning.
I got the sausage cooking. She's been awake, but it's been too cold. I even said in the beginning, it was too cold. So she was just hanging out in the tent, keeping warm and toasty. Because yeah, this morning it was cold. So I did take the boat out a little bit this morning. I got a little video of me kind of blasting around the point, and I was going to try and catch some fish. I threw up shallow with some like little buzz baits and some frogs, but no go. And then I just started playing with the depth finder and just started doing that. Because most of the time, you know, if you're in the marsh, if you're in the bay, I mean, the bay would be good to find some moisture patches, but I know those waters pretty good. So, you know, to really go out and find some good brush piles for us to drop on later today, you know, I wanted to get my fish finder dialed in. What sucks though is that I have a saltwater Garmin, so it has no lake maps. So it'll just be kind of just trolling around for a bit, looking for some brush piles. And that was from a GoPro on wide angle, so you know those guys were super low. That was cool. Gotta love seeing some Canadian geese fly over you. Well, I have to admit, bass fishing just, I just don't know what I'm doing. I'll show you a picture. Sierra ended up catching a little bass. I was flipping stumps. I even threw like a weighted worm. I broke off one time. I think it was on a bass. I cranked that hook pretty hard and it broke me off, but It, you know, wasn't a very successful day. It is bluebird sky, but it's probably just because I don't know what I'm doing. I would have liked to do like a Texas rig or Carolina rig, a worm, wacky style, down deep. That would have probably been pretty good. But I just didn't have any weights to be able to do that. So kind of limited in gear. I have some crankbaits, I have some worms, but no weight to really get those worms down. I did flip some crawfish, but no luck, but it's all good. Man, it was just a gorgeous freaking day out on the water. I think it's around 4 o'clock now, and the temp dropped yesterday real fast. So before it gets dark and before it gets cold, we're gonna roll up and get dinner prepped early so we eat during the day and we can get bundled up and a good fire going before it gets cold. We watched a beautiful sunset, and while that sunset was going down, I grilled up some amazing steaks. You guys probably can't see it too good, but they turned out awesome. Whew, we got some nice potatoes, some diced up red potatoes, cooked on a griddle for what, about an hour?
Yeah.
With a little bit of Tony, so it's got a little salt, little spice, little garlic, and then we smash some cheese on top of it. It's for some cheesy potatoes, steak, and some salad. Man, today has been awesome, but I can say the temperature is dropping quick. So that's why we cook so early, because it's, what, 5 o'clock? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, 5 o'clock on the dot. We've already got the fire kind of rolling over here.
Steaks, s'mores, bed.
Pretty much, that's how it's gonna go. As the sun rose, I got a nice time lapse of that and just took in the sights of our beautiful lakefront camp spot. Since it was our last morning, we went ahead and started packing up early and headed back home. I'd like to thank you guys for watching another episode of Kagen Fishing, and I'll catch you next time.